Oh, this framing sucks. Gotta turn on the lights. What's going on, guys? So, um, I wasn't planning on really doing a live stream tonight, but it sort of worked out that I had the time to do one. So, I'm doing it. Originally, I would like to do Brews and Sprues on Friday nights, but I've been building like crazy, but don't have anything light to build, so to speak. I mean, I've got like that little ball kit that Joey sent me, like a really old ball kit, but I didn't really feel like getting into that. Plus, I'm on my phone, not with my computer set up, because my table is currently covered in Double October stuff. Now the image is backwards. I just realized that, so that sucks. Hello, whoever's watching. Can I fix the thing? Maybe. I don't know. It's so close. It's like awkward. And I'm using my boom stand because that way I can work on the table. I don't have to work from whatever else. And the thing sucks. So like I have to sit like this far back for it to work. But yay! So I'll wait a couple minutes, wait for people to show up. So do 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 do. There was one person and now they're gone, so I don't know what happened there. But basically, it's the same kind of formula. I plan on drinking a beer while just hanging out and talking about this new Gundam figure. And I wasn't really planning on getting these, but I did. Well, at least got Grandpa. So I'm going to do kind of an out-the-box reaction sort of to him. And it made more sense to do it on this channel than the other. So there's that. The constant autofocus is going to get very annoying, but I don't know if there's a way for me to turn it off. Let's see here. Share. Okay, there we go. Sorry if you're there for a second. I was sharing it on Facebook just for the heck of it because, like I said, I'm doing this impromptu. So, Gundam Universe Rx-78 Gundam for that. So, I'm gonna open that up, take a look at it and stuff like that. So, I picked it up at Walgreens. Apparently, they're available at Walgreens now and like plentiful. Every Walgreens I went to last week had them, so that's a good thing. Now, as for what I'm gonna be drinking, it's from I was gonna put. I thought it was Community, but it's Deep Ellum. It's their sour blonde, so it's really nice. Cool can art. What's it called? Playdate. So yay, nice little beer. Hey, if you're hanging out and watching, by all means, comment. Hopefully, I'll see things in the chat. Yes, basically, this is just me hanging out, drinking a beer, and talking to you guys. Get that slow pour. And it looks pretty. Now I've had Deep Ellum Blonde before. It's a very nice beer. It's out of Dallas. Our trip to Dallas, we haven't made it to the Deep Ellum Brewery yet. It'll be on our list next time we go, but slightly sour notes. Okay, the autofocus is gonna drive me nuts. And if I could, I would switch it to the good camera on the other side, but here we are. So I can see somebody hanging out there, but okay. Well, maybe nobody's gonna come hang out. We'll see what happens. But I'm gonna still do this. Live for 4 minutes and got nobody here. It was like 7 o'clock on a Friday night. So, screw it. We're gonna look at this. Interesting packaging. Gundam Universe, ages 15 and up. That's nice and appropriate. Some really nice artwork of a nice beat up Rx-78 there. Looks really good. And GU01, so Gundam Universe 01. And Tamashii Nations. Okay, so this is basically replacing the Robot Damashi I think. Pretty much that's all it's doing. Where's my knife? Am I gonna run into this problem like instantly? Oh, it's right here trying to cut my wires apart. So, yeah. So basically this is somewhere in the same range of like Marvel Legends and those kind of $20 figures. Oh, I muted, I did not turn off vibrations. There we go. Yay! So, check this guy out. Now on the back it says, beginning in 1978, the universe of Gundam spans over 4 decades of many diverse tales of war in space. Earth fought with giant robotic weapons called mobile suits. Gundam Universe commemorates the history in 6-inch scale articulated action figures. So yeah, so it is the Gundam 40th anniversary this year. So they're putting out all the Gundam 40th stuff. There has been Gundam or Gunpla news as of late. All kinds of new kits coming out, including the G40, interesting new version of this particular Gundam. So it's all that kind of stuff. All right, so this is just telling me all the accessories, where everything goes. Okay, so you can use Tamashi crotch peg. Instructions. Yay. And also, congrats to Miss Shoki for going back to school. She's going to be getting her medical assistant's license. Okay, I dropped off there for some reason. I don't know what happened. But anyway, so Miss Shoki's going back to school, furthering her education and whatnot. Alright, so... oh, this is different. Yay, plastic stuff. Okay, so shield. That's pretty solid. Looks like it's made of like ABS. It's got that harsher, unfinished kind of look on the plastic. Of course, I'm used to the model kits, so this is different. There's the shield mount. Big old beam rifle. Yay! Of course, autofocus works in this case. Oh, nice. The reticle does move. That's cool. You've got some extra hands. You got a gun holding hand. I guess you just slide the thing down there. And this looks like shield holding hand. Oh, there's the crotch peg. Don't need that in particular. We got painted beam sabers, which is weird. So, bright pink toothpicks that look identical to the ones that come with kits. Like, let's see here. I know I've got some laying around. Okay, so of course I have extra beam sabers laying around. So this is a smaller one, but you can see, like, same exact peg. Like, this peg will work, I bet, in this. Oh, actually, no, it's a little too small. That's weird. Either way, so basically exactly the same type of thing you get with the model kits. We got 2 beam sabers, 1 for each of you. It's an old joke. And we have a Grandpa Gundam. Ooh. It really does feel weird because it doesn't feel like a model kit. Well, it feels like a toy, and it's not something I'm used to. Interesting. So we've got ab crunch. Head rotates, neck does move. We got paint. I don't like that yellow paint. Looks kind of, yeah. Front skirts. Yes, they do. They're on individual hinges. Interesting. This is cool. Yeah, this is more like an out-of-the-box thing. It is what it is, but shoulders are ball joint mounted on the arms. Only single jointed elbows. That's a little disappointing. Hinge skirts. Back skirts don't seem to move, which sucks. Thrusters don't move on the back. Universal type. Nope, just ball joint hips with swivel thighs. Double jointed knee. There's somebody I know. Eric, what's up? I keep seeing people pop in and out, but nobody says hi. They're like here for like 1 second, then they go away. It's so weird. Like I know you've probably seen these, Eric, but have you actually like got a chance to handle one yet? It's very strange. Although I guess I can probably panel line it. It does have some nice panel lines. And like the differentiation, like almost everything is, yeah, almost everything is molded in color. The only thing that isn't, or the only thing that is majorly painted is all the yellow. So on the crotch, flaps, the chest, the neck, all of that is painted. Got nice metallic paint on the camera on the back of the head. That's pretty good. Same thing for the front camera. Yeah. You and your RG new that you just got. So the real thing I wanted to do was compare this to the model kits that we've been looking at. So this was a planned review originally, but I just decided to do it tonight. So there it is to the Revive HG, clearly bigger. So this is, you know, maybe like 1/125th scale or something like that, some weird non-existent scale. It's the, you know, for people it's 1/12th, I believe. So, you know, it's pretty cool. It's articulated decently. Details are there, but the legs, like it's supposed to be kind of a different rendering of them. Each one, like they've got the unicorn, they've got the wing. Unicorn is a bit more stylized. This is definitely a bit more stylized than the shoulders. These legs, those legs go on for days. I mean, like, maybe that's just slightly off proportions. Maybe I'm crazy. I don't know. Just ball joint mounted ankle rockers. Some nasty nubs on the back of the thighs, like you do. Hello, people who are watching. And for anybody who's late to the game, I'm having a nice little sour blonde beer here. They do look chunky. Now I had all of them in hand. I almost got wing, but because I wanted to compare it to the model kits, that's why I got Grandpa. Okay, so we've got the rifle, just very nice. Oh, by the way, he's got just normal fist hands on right now, so let's just yoink that off. Good news is soft plastic, it just comes right out. So everything is sort of molded in a soft plastic, hand-wise, I should say, not the kit or the Gundam itself. Ooh, wow, that gun fits very nice. Look at that. That's cool. Like I said, I think what I'm gonna do, I think I'll probably actually go ahead and panel line this. It'll probably look a little bit better. I've already, because I've been building like crazy, I've got my fine line panel line marker there. Okay, so we've got the shield. We've got that shield mount. Plug that ball joint in there and pull that hand off. Grab this hand. Gotta figure out the right way to do this. Get in there. Okay. So now I've got the hand in there. It does have a tab that plugs into the forearm, like so. And I guess if you don't plug it into his hand, you can spin the shield a little bit, but that gives you the nice shield mounted ability. It's a little high for me. I think it's a little high up, but I guess it's doing its job, so to speak. I feel like the rifle is a little big. I feel like it should be a little bit smaller. So look, now mind you, it's stylized, but look at the difference here. There's like way more behind the thing. He didn't want to stand. So let me see here. Okay, so utilizing the elbow. So look, this has clearance still there, and this is butting up against the elbow already. So that's already a knock against it, in my opinion. Oh, sorry, we haven't fully dressed him yet. He's got his beam sabers, so let's put his beam sabers in the thingy, which are also very stylized. The original beam sabers are basically just tubes. Tubes. Okay, so these got actual like real handles on them and little thingies coming off the back. Rodimus 13, I see you there. Obviously, I decided to go live. You were asking. The wifey's in there on her computer doing her like entrance orientation thing. It's like a 5 hour long orientation, and like she can do it over the course of a few days. It's all online for the most part. So she's gonna be doing online courses, and then like every 4 or 6 weeks, there's like a 8 or 9 hour class on the weekend to learn the practical stuff about it, since it is medical assisting. Okay, so we gonna panel line a little bit. Hopefully, it shouldn't hurt anything, but we're gonna start on the back. That's what you do. Yeah, you panel line out of the way first. The gun does like out of scale with the rest of them. Yeah, it's definitely big, but once again, it's stylized. Um, so it's they're all meant to be a little bit different, a little more action figure-y. Obviously, they're not going for supreme accuracy here. So let's see. I'll do one shoulder and then leave the other one. And yeah, of course, I'd rather do this with my fine line panel line marker, or the pour type, I should say. But this allows me to, well, potentially not damage the plastic. Okay, so there's, it already stands out, honestly. You know, one thing I've been wanting to try. So there's another kind of panel line thing that Mr. Color slash Bandai does, and it's more or less a mechanical pencil. So that's one thing I've been wanting to try. Use it using a mechanical pencil with like a .005 or .003 lead. I'm sure there's plenty of people who do it, and it works great on a painted surface, from what I've seen, because you're not having any kind of reaction. But I could not find my mechanical pencil that I would, I normally draw with. Especially if I'm like scratch building and I need to trace out a shape, I like to use my pencil to draw it on the plate. Clean it up a little bit, so stands out a bit more. It doesn't look bad though. All right, so the head is actually painted decently. Like all the vents on the cheeks and stuff are actually painted nice. Vulcans are not, so I gotta do a little dupe in there and just kind of. Just dupe. All right, there we go. So, for anybody who has watched it, what'd you think of the GBN guard frame review that was up today? That's a pretty neat little kit, if I'm honest. And of course, it's the base, no pun intended, for custom that's coming up that I've been working on. That took one whole day out of Double October to work on, and I really shouldn't have. Now that it got, that's not what got me running behind, but I didn't have the time to spare. It's a neat thing compared to the other two. Yep. Yeah, it is. The fact that they're all sort of based off the Jim, or the GM for everybody who wants to be like that. Um, you might as well compare it to them. And there's that. It does suck. He doesn't have like a butterfly joint. Like the way it's plugged into the shoulder on this guy. It looks like it should move, but it do not. It do not move. Okay. All right. So actually today, because yesterday was all about Double October. Like I took yesterday off of work to finish a build I was working on and review several things and edit a couple things. And then a buddy came over, he actually brought over a couple kits, but one was just, we're not going to look at it. It ended up being, it was a secondhand kit that somebody had very badly started to customize. And it was just bad. It was definitely not anything to look at by any means. And like I said, I wasn't mean about it. I'm like, just no. But we did review the other thing, which was something I've been wanting to look at for years, and he had it, so it's fun. But yesterday was all about Double October, so today I did a little bit of paint work on a smaller project. Really, that bad? What's that? Oh, the thing that he brought over? It was terrible. He didn't do it. Somebody else did. It was one of the single worst hand painting jobs I've ever seen. Like, it was just bad. Like, it was just terrible. Like, I've done some not so great paint jobs, but they're kind of passable at a distance. This was very much not. But we had fun. It was a good review. Um, so everything's been going really well. I've been editing at least 2 to 3 reviews, 2 or 3 reviews a day when I can. Like I started one this morning before I went to work. Just didn't have time to finish it. Oh, it's raining again. Joy. So we might hear my window leak. Yes, my window is still leaking. Well, as far as I know, anyways. So it rained a little bit earlier, but I don't think it was enough to drip. But I could always check. So they're gonna have to come out and fix that window. So just like a light rain, I don't think is enough to do it. What it is, for anybody who's interested, it's the window upstairs on the same wall. The caulking at the base of their window, at the actual windowsill, is bad. It wears out over time. And with the heavy rains from Imelda, it just like gave out, and the water was coming down the inside of the brick wall, hitting my window frame, and then dripping down. So it was actually coming from the window frame itself. And it would splash down, it would be dripping down, hitting the window, like the sliding up and down window part, and then splashing on the blinds, and then going down. So once again, my paranoia from previous incidents, saved my ass a little bit, because I've always left a towel down there just in case. Which earlier, when it started raining, I had to go back and make sure the towel was in place. But once again, I don't think it was enough rain to make it leak. But yes. Alright. So what are you guys doing right now? I see 5 people. 5 people watching, but I don't know who's here because only a couple people have commented. It's a live stream. It's a live chat, guys. Talk to me. Jonathan RG. Sorry to hear about the rain. Hope there wasn't any damage to your furniture. No, because I had that towel there, it was fine. Because the towel collected most of the rain. Now, it was soaking wet by the time we found it. So if we hadn't changed it, it might have caused a bigger mess. So we put a clean towel down there. It's okay for now. Like I said, I think a mild rain probably isn't going to cause any issues. We've had sun for like since then, it's just been straight sunlight every day. Like this first day, it's like remotely rained since that storm, which is good because it all flooded everywhere. Working on the comic, thinking about what to get for dinner, maybe prep some parts for paint. Yep. Well, you got paint work to do, sir, on multiple projects. Yeah, y'all could probably hear the rain. Does sound like it might be dripping, if I'm honest. But that is like the sound is not necessarily reflective of how much rain is coming down because it's hitting our roof and then coming down. So it always sounds a bit worse than it is. Unless, of course, it's like a torrential downpour, and then there's just no getting around that. But it does suck, but it is one of those things where when you live in an old, crappy apartment building, it's one of those things that happens. It's one of those things that need to be maintained over time because they did fix that before. Um, Back Hurricane Harvey was the last time it leaked proficiently, and they fixed it after that. So they actually went upstairs and they kept working on our window, and it wasn't our window that was the problem. It was the one upstairs. Okay, so I do got to be somewhat careful with the marker because it is staining a little, like a mist, and just wants to stain. So I'm down to doing the knees. Like I said, did the arms. So done. Diablo should be. I guess that's mine. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that when you get that Diablo done. I want to see it. And we're not going to talk about what it's for just in case, but that'll be a neat project. Yeah, I haven't done a car or I have not done a model car since I was a teenager. So it's been a very long time for me. But it's not like you don't have experience painting cars. Speaking of which, I got a weekend job for you if you want to do it. It's like my car needs to be repainted. Uh, Poor SRT. Yeah. It does suffer from the early 2000s clear coat problems. Ain't no getting around it. It's just, sun beating down on it. It was garage kept for a long time, you could tell, and then at some point a new owner definitely kept her outside, and then now she's outside all the time for me. Because we don't have garages here. But wherever we move to, yeah, I know. But yeah, wherever we move to down the line, definitely gonna hope it's a lot newer and has a hell of a lot less issues. But it's something we discussed a couple of weeks ago when we were thinking about our future and stuff like that. And I was listening to this guy, I forget his name, but he's like this brilliant business guy. And even though he's a billionaire, he only rents his home. Like usually he's so busy, he's flying all over the world or all over the country constantly. So he's almost never home. So there's no reason for him to have like this huge compound or mansion or whatever. So he legit like rents a house or rents an apartment. I forget which one he says. Um, and it's just enough for him and his wife um, to live in. They don't have kids as far as I remember. But basically, that with not owning anything, you're not anchored to anything. Whataburger, BK, or Jack in the Box. Whataburger. See, we're sort of dieting. By that I mean we're not eating the same garbage we eat normally. I've got to lose weight uh, by or before my physical that's in a few weeks. So we're usually exercising every night now. Like every night this week, we've done something. Um, Last night we took a break because we were so sore. Today we were supposed to go for a walk, but one, that's happening. Two, she got home late from work and had been packing up their office like all day. So in the last couple hours, she'd been working like crazy. Came home sweaty and tired already. So she's basically done a workout already. And then tomorrow for work, I'm going to be doing like 3.5 hours of straight physical labor. So I'll get my workout in for today. I did sweat a good bit at work though. It was pretty hot at work. Just today. For like it's crazy. Like, I at the moment I get to drive around in an air conditioned truck, which has never been the norm by any means of my job. Um, so I don't sweat as much, but as soon as I've gotten out into the heat, like having to load up a stacked out truck or having to like deliver like a bulk stop or something like that, I'll just be drenched. It's just that hot. It's freaking ridiculous, man. But I have put at least that temperature to use today and got that little bit of paint work done today that I needed to do. I mean, it was only a little bit, but it was some stuff that I had been putting off for double October so that I could get through all the main builds. I'm like, okay, this build is done. It just needs this little bit of paint work, so I'll wait. And so I built everything so far, with the exception of one project that I have to work out on the side, and it's probably going to be the very last thing I end up reviewing because it's my own custom. But because I wanted to make sure I got all the builds and the regular reviews out of the way, then that would be done. And I'm still not going to show it off to you guys yet. Where'd be the fun in that? I'm not panel lining the whole inside of this. That's ridiculous. It does look a little bit better panel lined. I will say that. Oh, jeez. Knocking beam sabers around. Okay, so let's dress him back up. Okay, so put the thing in there. Okay, so he basically, I guess you can use the trigger hand. You could use the trigger hand for beam sabers. Yeah, he'll hold it. It's a little awkward, but it works. So he can hold his beam sabers. Are those figures worth picking up? Well, that's what I'm trying to figure out right now, Jonathan. It's nice. If you, okay, I'll put it this way. If you don't do the model kits in the same way, like if you don't have a ridiculous Gunpla collection, sure. If you liked the Robot Damashi versions, which is basically what these are replacing, um, then you'll be all for this. So I mean, it's a pretty good, solid figure. I mean, like the plastic feels good. I mean, it's like the cheap plastic here on the shield, but that's not bad. The beam saber's kind of ridiculous, but I kind of like the neon paint a little bit. Whereas like the clear ones for the actual toys are always a little bit weird. Um, I liked. Okay, this is something interesting. His elbow joint, or whatever. Hold on, what is that? Okay, so he actually does have a double jointed elbow. It's just only good for 80 degrees. But there's actually a pin there. So there's actually a metal pin holding the arm together there. Probably another one down here. It looks like it's just a roll pin though. Like it's not a solid one. So you can actually see right through it. It's kind of funny. But I mean, like, it's nice. The details are nice. The paint is pretty clean. The only place where it's a little gummy is up here around the collar. Um, if you guys want a more proper review of this, I can do one. I just wanted to do this so I had something Gundam related to hold on to. What was I thinking? Oh, because I was looking over at the backlog. So if there is something I could work on, then I would. But I also don't need to start another project. I mean, I've got a buttload of petite guys right there, and a little yellow Haro that for some reason we never built. but I may or may not have stolen parts out of to finish off a different kit. But that's one reason why I was thinking maybe I would build that old school original ball kit that Joey got me, but without being able to set up everything like I normally would for one of these build days or build things. It's just a pain in my butt. I might be getting in the new 135th. What? The 135th Star Destroyer Lightning model. I think you got that scale wrong. A 135th Star Destroyer would be enormous. I think you mean the 15000. There you go. Honestly, I've been considering that, but I got to get caught up on bills. Well, because I have the PG Falcon lighting edition, but like it is double the price to get that lighting edition Star Destroyer. Like it's 130 somewhere in that range for the lighting. 135th will be as big as your house. Do you guys know the Star Destroyers are like a mile long? They're like ridiculous. Like the regular ones. Not like the Executor or anything like that. The regular ones are like a mile long. So I don't think you'd want a 135th version of that. Because the 1/5000th is, well, I guess there's the math right there. 1/5000th is roughly 12 inches long, if I remember correctly. So 5,000 feet, so yeah, roughly a mile. So think about that. If you want to do the math for 1/35th scale, I won't. I'm not going to do that. So yeah, actually, it should be over. It should be a hair over 12 because if it's exactly a mile, it'll be 5,280 feet. Either way. I have done a lot, like for Double October. Like this year has been smaller than last year. I'm literally looking at all most of the stuff I built is out here. Everything I've reviewed so far is over here, plus the stuff that's over on my review set because I needed somewhere to work. So I still have to review one, two, three, four. I've got four reviews left. One of which was the one that was waiting for paint, and then the custom is another one. So once I get these other couple out of the way, which I can probably do tomorrow after I get off of work, now that the paint work is done, I could do that. Um, then I will literally be one review done away from finishing my part of Double October. So I'll be just waiting on Eric to bring his kit over when it's done, and Thomas Rice is coming over Sunday. Hopefully, if everything works out, he's coming over Sunday with a couple things for me to look at. Um, so at this point, everybody who was in the teaser trailer from last weekend um, is on board. So, but unfortunately, this year I didn't get a chance to get stuff done like way ahead of time, like last year with the thing with Mitchell, with the USB powered lighting thing for Exia. That was done like early in the year, and then all these other projects. So this year it's a different story. It's coming down to the wire on a lot of things. It's coming down to the wire on our end. Obviously, the content will be essentially done for y'all's end. Okay, cool. And by all means, if she's able to come up, if that's the only result or the only thing that can happen, by all means, um, she can always just chill up here for whatever it means. It doesn't matter. Um, But once again, I want to make sure that everybody knows Double October merch is currently live on the store. I don't have the link in this video right now, but you go to any of my normal videos, it's there. Or if you go to Teespring and you search for Double October 4, it's there. You can go get that. And later on in the month of October, there will be limited time only or limited edition merch that will be coming out. I'm not talking about it yet. I actually need to film the promo video, so to speak, for that. But merch is available, guys. So if you want to get your Double October gear, I know somebody just bought a couple shirts not long ago of this generation. But nobody except for myself has a new shirt so far. If you want a hoodie, get one. They're there. The other thing is, if you guys, obviously, besides Thomas and Eric, who are already helping me out, if you guys have Double October builds, whether it's a normal build, whether it's customs or whatever, go over to the Discord. I have a whole channel set up on the Shoki Discord just for your Double O kit builds or collections, whatever you got from Double O that you want to show off, by all means do it over there, because at the very end, the very last video is going to be all about you guys and the stuff that you have done, rather, because the whole month is basically about everything I've done. I want to show off what you guys have. So in the Discord, and if I have to make another whole video just for this, I will, which likely I will. So I'm going to hold off till late in October to make that video, because it's just compiling pictures and or videos from you guys, and I can do that fairly quickly. And a few people have shown off things. There's some people who are working on customs right now. There are some people who are working on builds right now, who are going to show them off down the line. And it's kind of a builder showcase, without the interview and stuff like that. It's just showing off what you guys do. Because it's my favorite series for the most part. I designate an entire month to it. I put in this much effort to build stuff and review it and everything like that, because I enjoy it and I know you guys do. I know it's like a big draw for the channel. And at least as it currently stands, there's not really a shortage of Double O stuff for me to do even for next year. It's just gonna come down to how much money I'm gonna have to throw at it, because I'm running out of kits that aren't P Bandai, and I'm running out of kits that aren't MG. So that's something that's going to be different for um, the future. So there's a few kits I'd still love to get my hands on. This year I've got a few that I've wanted for a while, which made me real happy. Um, and the reprints that happened within the last year or so, or maybe even this year, made that happen. So that's awesome. And what's really okay? So we're seeing all these new reveals at whatever show this is. I don't know which show is going on that everybody's seeing these new kits announced, like the new Verka Faz. Which, okay, so I'll address this now. It seems like that was the Verka that was mentioned to me. That obviously that was a full run and popular series of that. So it just wasn't a modern one. So obviously Barbatos was not the Verka at this point, though I do wonder if Kotoki had a hand in it. But the Faz Verka, that's gonna be ridiculous. We knew that was coming. I mean, everybody would know that that was coming. Of course, if we got a double Zeta, we're gonna get a full armor version down the line, and it's Kotoki. He's all about that. So, I don't believe I'll pick that one up by any means. I still haven't built my MG double Zeta, so that'll be a thing. The Gundam 40th, or the G40 Gundam, the weird industrial one. I like it? Question mark. It's strange, but it's not bad. A lot of people are hating on it for the way it looks, especially like the head, but they love the articulation level. And then some people were worried about the cost. It looks like about $30 or 3,000 yen or so. It's like, yeah, it's like a brand new thing, and God knows what it's based off of. And it's all new design for this anniversary. So yeah, it's new. It's cool, and it looks a little bit realistic, so to speak. Part of me is just dreading that maybe that will be the design for the movie. I'd be like, no, don't do that. Don't do anything quote unquote new for the movie. Give us what we want to see. Assuming that the movie's still going forward, because we haven't heard anything about it since the initial announcement. Yeah, the G40. Um, Saw some finished images of Penelope. Looks cool. Still planning on that. Somebody was saying that the MG Barbatos got pushed back to December for some reason. Like the release date's now December instead of, I guess, November. Which, so so who cares? You're still gonna get it. You get one more month to pay for it. Um, And who knows, that might be the first Master Grade Monday of 2020. Who knows? Not big on Master Grade Mondays right now. Don't have a lot of Master Grades. Well, I've got two, so to speak. There's still ones that I want. It's just, you know, I have so many other things to buy. I've got big robots of other series to buy. Like my Omega Supreme is sitting right there, which is freaking awesome, by the way. Hey, I'll play with him real quick. My child, so to speak. I gotta be careful not to knock anybody over while I pick him up here. Ah. He's freaking heavy. Like I had a hard time like picking him up. Now, like the other thing is like with the wings, he's only this far from the shelf above him, so I'm trying to pick him up over the other figures that are on the shelf. So if you saw the review, you saw I put him out there with all my Legends collection. Look at this thing. Look at him. It's a little baby. You can hug it. It's ridiculous. And it's good. That's the funny part. And I was talking to Robert D from Realm of Collectors, and he's into all the bigger bots and stuff like that, but he also loves the Legends. So he's got, I believe he's got the Fans Toys. Maybe it's DX9, but I think it's Fans Toys. So he's got the Fan Toys version of Omega displayed with his Legends, and he was asking me about this one. I'm like, it's great it's great for a collectors. It's great for a kid because this is so simple to transform for something so big that a kid could handle it if they could physically handle it. And it's just cool. It's like so far one of my favorite things that I've gotten this year. The only problem I have is that this head cannon back here is a little bit loose. But if I try to take the head off and modify it, maybe put LEDs or just paint his eyes, I do have some stuff in my Amazon cart that might help with that. Oh. I didn't realize you could just pick his head up. Like there's an actual hinge. His head does come up and you can just do that. Neat. Okay. Look, I didn't catch that in the actual review. Look at that. Like I knew it could move, but I didn't know it could pop up like that and actually give some neck clearance. Now he's got floating head syndrome for everybody who cares about that thing. But he's a lot of fun. And you can hear I've got his blast off parts in there. And I've got countdown in here. So it's a lot of fun. I like my big bots. But if you wanted to see what the Gundam is like, so there you go. There's a Gundam. So it's Psycho Gundam and regular Gundam, basically. When are we gonna get an MG Psycho Gundam? Never. We could get an RE one day. That'd be like the second biggest RE there is. But this guy's a lot of fun. Listen. Super loud ratchets. Gotta love that. But yes. So this guy right here is going to get my channel canceled because it's still a toy. But if I drink beer with my toys, does that cancel out the crap that's coming? Doing adult things, but there's toys around? I don't know. All I know is that YouTube does not support its creators anymore. They're worried about crap that doesn't matter. But I'm sure Thomas is really interested to see this guy. Because he's got the other, pretty much all of the other Titan class guys. His Fort Max is still in storage, but he's got Metroplex and Trypticon already. And got Fort Max, so he's missing this guy. And then there's no Scorponok yet, but I guess that's who's coming next in the Siege line. Oh, and talking about Unicron, since that's the discussion, I didn't realize he's not coming out. I don't have Devastator. I'm not counting the combiners though. I'm counting City Bots. I don't have Devastator either, but I want it. Tripcon is still for sale on Big Bad Toy Store for $69. But I don't have anywhere to put. Like the problem is, like the other ones stand flat. So with Fort Max and Metroplex and this guy, they're bipedal, but they stand vertical and flat backed. Whereas Tripticon is dinosaur shaped. That makes it a little more difficult to kind of display them. Like none of my Dinobots are in Dino mode for that reason anymore. They used to be. Not because I needed to save space. They're all in bot mode, so that's sad. Speaking of which, I need to get to. I need to order that DX9 when I have a little bit of spare money, which we'll see how that works out in the coming months. We'll see how that comes out. DX9 is re-releasing their Dinobots as a 5-pack collector set, and I wanted to have one that's in Dino mode, one that's in bot mode, one that's G1 toy mode, one that's G1 cartoon mode. So that might be something I do. I'll have to put off buying some other cool stuff, like New Age Megatron is coming very soon, and I will have that. I won't even wait. I'm not pre-ordering him yet, but as soon as he comes in, I'll probably do well. I'll just go ahead and order him because I need me some more Megatron. But this guy's fun. Oh, did I not? I forgot to close that little flap in his crotch. You've been mistransformed all this time, buddy. Feels like a controller dummy. Okay, so that tab's in there. Can I open that? I don't know. I'm just playing around at this point. I'm just killing time. I ain't got nothing better to do right now. That's fun. Too bad I can't have shooting missiles. Kids these days don't get to have fun toys. Like, he probably couldn't be motorized because some kid would find a way to like hurt himself with it. Though, I'm gonna be honest, I don't know who would buy a toy like this for their kid, because it is, you know, and he's not cheap. He's cheaper than the big options, but I don't know. With Unicron, I was thinking, it's like, if I get him, I kind of need to see that he's going to be backed. I don't know. I don't know what next weekend holds. So it's a maybe. But for now, it's an I don't know. He's 160, roughly, thereabouts, plus shipping. So roughly 170, which is right in line with all the other Titans. And guess what? I forgot to charge my phone, so I can't do this for too much longer. Let me put him back on the shelf real quick. Hopefully I can, now that I've moved his feet. I had him in a particular pose, and I gotta be careful. Okay, there we go. Turn his head. Put Cosmos back up there. God, that's cool. Not gonna lie, that is just really cool. It's really fun. Can't turn the camera around now. I'll show you. You know what? If you watch a review, you know what it looks like. As for that contest, Eric, I don't know. I really don't. Maybe. I mean, it seems like an idea, but obviously I don't have anything to enter, so I'd just be going to look at stuff, I guess. I don't know. And obviously there's certain people who might be there that I really don't want to interact with, as you know. So, I don't know. Feels, even though I know that it's the place putting on the contest, not the club, so to speak. The Bedrock Comics build next Saturday. I don't know. Well, one problem I have with doing anything on Saturdays is because of work. because at this point I'm usually dead on my feet by the time I get off of work. I was gonna turn the camera, and then I realized I have a stack of stuff there you guys can't see. Um, that's my only real main problem with doing things on Saturday afternoons. Because usually I'm getting off work around 11:30 noon, and then I come home and I'm dead tired from work, and I do nothing for at least 3 hours. Unless it was like the other week where it was like a very mild week, despite how busy it was. Um, and I just wasn't dead exhausted. So I didn't kill myself at work. So I actually had energy to wanted to go do things. So we went and did things. So I don't know. It's a thing. I mean, it'd be fine. It's the only thing that sucks is driving the way the hell out there. Um, which I'm not against, but it does suck if I don't have a main reason to go out there. But we'll see, dude. I don't know yet. The contest probably I'd be more likely to go to than the build day at Bedrock. Um, just because it'd be cool to see people's builds for a contest. It's about it. I mean, I wish I had a way. I guess I could follow G&G or something. I have no way to know about these things because I never see anything posted ever. And actually, the guy who was over here yesterday is still a part of the old Houston club. So he's like, "Yeah, we've got a whole bunch of meets over there." And I told him what happened, and he's like, "What? That's bullshit." I was like, "Yeah, and it's bullshit that nobody knows about it. That's the problem." It's like people don't know what happened. I'm just there's just certain people who aren't around anymore. So there's that. Not salty at all. So let me just okay. So I've got my phone hanging from my boom. So there's my camera base. It's been a long week, guys. I've been working my butt off essentially since well for the last 2 weeks basically. Like Double October has basically happened over the last 2 weeks for me, and it's not even close to being done yet because there's still so much work to do, and I still have this custom to work that it's going to be a whole lot of things. Now I am documenting a lot of what I'm doing. Um, so if you guys want to see it, outside of the patrons, because the patrons are more than likely going to see this first, probably starting tomorrow if I upload the video. I got to figure out which video to upload. I put things into one folder, and I got a whole bunch of short videos. But if you guys want to see behind the scenes of Double October, just let me know in the comments and stuff like that if you're interested. That's what I call the Double October Diaries. Um, because it has been kind of stressful going all the way through the storm and other things like that. So basically vlogging behind the scenes along with kind of a build log sort of, but once I get into the custom after I've got these last couple of reviews finished, I'll definitely do a build log on that to show off what I'm doing because it's going to be a lot of work already, and that's annoying, and I've got to do it in like a week, but I can focus now. Now that I don't have any more other builds to do, and I just have to worry about filming other people's stuff whenever they're ready. um, so I can focus. I can get other stuff done. I can get this other custom done now with the guard frame, which I already had to paint for, with the exception of matte black. I need to get some matte black because I don't think the can I have is sufficient. Um, so that's just one thing I got to do. But I'm looking forward to that. It's all just stuff at this point. But I'm gonna go for a few more minutes, call it like an hour even, and then I'm just gonna go in the living room and hang out with the wifey, even though she's on her computer, or I'm gonna go back to editing, because I've still got still got a few more. Which one am I up to now? Okay, sorry, I had to. I was like, which review am I on? Because I forgot. It was that one. Okay. Crap, I've got a lot to edit. Editing's the easy part because I've got a template. More people are showing up right as it's coming to an end. I got about 6 minutes left, and I'm not sure how much battery life, so it may not even make it a full 6 minutes. We did look at the Gundam Universe Rx-78, which is still pretty cool in its own right. Oh, that does suck. Um, So you've been going to the meets, Eric? Or do you mean at Bedrock? Anyways, doesn't matter. But anyway, so Gundam Universe RX-78 is pretty cool and probably the closest, if I had to guess, when it comes to the actual Gundam. It's weird though; he's only got single piston action in the foot. I don't think I'm gonna like go nuts on this line, but there's like I assume. Let's see, Gundam Universe Wave 2. What's gonna be in it? Barbatos. We already know it's coming. What else is coming? Did they show anything else off? I know they showed off Barbatos at one point. Or am I crazy? I might be crazy. Um, but I assume that Exia will be at some point. Oh, talking about G&G. Okay. Um, well, that's why you got to come out to the East Side meets. Go up to DNA or the Vape Lounge. Which I'm probably more inclined Death Side. Death Side, yes. Okay, I couldn't remember what the other ones were. But like I assume that there will be an Exia at some point. I assume there will be a Double O at some point. I assume that there will be a G self. I assume they're going with the main ones. So like I guarantee like there'll be a G self more than likely to make those people happy. And probably some burning Gundam that's got a light like a clear fist and all that garbage. By the way, I need to have a sign made for the door that says G Gundam not allowed. Over here on the cave. Just because. It's just not allowed. Sorry. Sorry guys. By the way, this is a pretty good beer. I don't know if you it's a very light sour. It just got that like tart to it and that, kind of sour aftertaste, but I like that, so it's good. And it's not high in alcohol, it's only 5%. Tequila Gundam is not best Gundam, it's just cool. And cool does not equal best. I was talking about Omega Supreme, which is really cool, but probably not the best thing up there. Jetfire is really good though. Like, that Jetfire would almost work. Actually, Jetfire in jet mode would probably scale with the Legends class as well because they almost look like they could fit inside him. But like, it's funny that the bot mode is made to work with the battle masters and stuff like that. Hey, I'm Mexican. I resent that. It's not because it's Mexican, just because it's not good. We need to revive the idea that we had like a long time ago with the NASCAR Gundams. So different NASCAR teams or states represented by that. I think we should do that. Maybe that should be a contest. But either way, actually, I still have more Transformer to review. Like that's what's crazy. Is like I've been reviewing stuff on the side, like Omega, and by the way, I do have a new Dark Knight's Metal statue out. It's on the second channel. I've been trying to share it, and it's got pitiful views, like under 10, and that's ridiculous. It's a really cool statue, and nobody's looking at it. Um, I resent that. I try to keep that stuff off of this channel so it's a little bit more focused, but then nobody watches it on the other channel. But I'm not mad about it or anything. Either way, all right, guys. So here in less than a minute, I'm gonna go ahead and go, just because I'm almost out of beer. I don't know. No, not NAS suit. That looks like some really strange. I don't know. I know what you're trying to say, but it doesn't work. Um, there's not really a good name for it. Just NASCAR Gundam, because it'd be NASCAR themed Gundams. You got to pick a team and a pilot and that stuff like that from legit NASCAR things. So you could have the Petties, you could have the Earnhardts and the Bushes and stuff like that. But for now, I'll say goodnight to you. I do have to go to bed soon, as stupid as that is. Adulting is dumb. Also, if anybody finds Thundercracker, like the Siege Thundercracker at Target, let me know. A chunky Exia. Ew, chunky. Just let me know if you find Thundercracker because I don't want to have to buy him online. Because supposedly he's in stores in some places, and I need my stickers. But anyways, guys, thanks for everybody who did come and hang out. I know this wasn't a normal type deal, but once again, for anybody who may have just popped in, or if you've just waited this long to see the thing, new Double October 4 merch is available at the Teespring store. So teespring.com. Search Double October 4. You should find the store, or just the Shoki Review store. So go do that. Also, if you have any of your own Double October collections or Double O collections or customs or whatever, share them at the Discord. I have a whole thing just for that, so that at the end of Double October, I can show off the stuff you guys have built and or collected, because it's more fun to get you guys involved than just me. And only a handful of people are even active on the Discord. So if you want to come over there, I've got discussions on all kinds of nerdy stuff, all the Gundam stuff, pretty much. And then, you know, it is what it is. And of course, if you are YouTubers that, I may or may not know, there's a whole section just for you guys to share your stuff so that you can get a little bit of support. I actually shared a review of Rodimus 13's on the Discord. I don't know if anybody watched it, but I shared it over there just to help them out. But I'll see you guys later. Oh, and tomorrow will be another video for Omega Supreme. It's the Taro, or the Transform and Rollout video, where I put him back into base mode. So, yep. I'll see you guys later. Remember, as always, to keep on nerding, to keep on building, and let's keep building this community together, because we're close to 5,000. We're close to 4,900, but let's get it to 5,000 by the end of the year. Shouldn't be that difficult. So, yay! And I'll see you on Saturday, Mr. 13. That's true. That's true, Snacks. Hit the button.